Hey everyone, today is December 13th, 2023, and this is the follow-up video to the Mercury in the Stock Market and Friends video I did 5 days ago, where I was going to show you all the connections for December 13th, 2023, and then how it connects to 2024, Matthew Perry, Friends, Mercury. Anyways, we're talking about a stock market crash here. And I showed you the connection to Mercury and the 1929 crash. Well, we didn't get a stock market crash today. We got quite the opposite. Big news in the stock market was it was a record high today. Went over 37,000 points. So, well, we got big news in the stock market. It wasn't a crash, but very interesting nonetheless on this day that I was looking at for 8,128 days after 9/11. This happens to be the fourth perfect number. Okay, a few more things I want to show you guys. On my video, I left a couple links here to Casey Jones' channel and Zenith's channel. And I just want to mention some synchronicities. I don't know if you know Derek from the Gematrinator channel. That's the website that I use and many others use for date calculations and gematria. Anyways, he was talking about Bobby Simpson, I think, in his last video, kind of maybe a few synchronicities, but I've known Bobby for quite a while, and he has his own YouTube channel. But it's interesting, he's carried this name for his YouTube channel several times off and on, but he's always had some allusion to Casey Jones. And what's interesting about Casey Jones is that he is a locomotive engineer from back in the 1800s, and he died on April 30th, 1900. But what's interesting, I've become good friends with Bobby over the past few years, several years, but that's actually my occupation, is a locomotive engineer. So kind of have an interesting synchronicity with Bobby Simpson, aka Casey Jones. So he's one of the best, I guess you could say, decoders. He's phenomenally knowledgeable in astronomical alignments and then the astrology that goes with it. So you should check out his channel and just give him a little shout out and a little show you guys just a little bit of synchronicity with myself and him. Another thing I want to show you guys with the friends. Well, actually, on my last video I received a lot of great comments, so I really appreciate that. But someone had left the comment that I should check this movie out, Leave the World Behind, and it was just, I think it just came out that day that I did my video. And after I got done doing my video and everything that night, I sat down and watched this movie, and wow, what a crazy movie. A lot of personal synchronicities with this movie, and then it's just crazy movie. I'm actually watching it, in the middle of watching it a second time here, so see if I can catch anything else. But pretty good movie. I recommend it, but it deserves its own kind of decode. To me, it's kind of a cross between Knock at the Cabin and the movie Us. But like I said, it deserves its own decode. But thank you for pointing this out to me. It was a great movie. Lots of synchronicities, lots of connections to what we're talking about. What else here? One thing I forgot to show you when I was talking about Friends. I wanted to show you guys the last episode of Friends. I put it in the comments, and I actually made a small video to insert into my last video about this, but I just opted to just leave it as is. But I'm going to show you this. So we have the last episode date of Friends, May 6th, 2004. and to this 12/13/2024 date, and you can see here it's 20 years and 221 days and 22:21. If we take the 0 out, 22:21, that's the last verse in the book of Revelation, in the last book of the Bible, or last verse of the Bible, 22:21. There it is, the 404th and final verse of Revelation. But I think that's interesting, given all the friends connections. And then Derek did a video about Frank Wycheck, and he played for the Oilers / Titans. And if you start looking up Titans, like the mythological Titans, it's interesting too that one of the Titans' names was Phoebe. And we have Phoebe from Friends here, but Derek did a decode on the death of Frank Wycheck from the Titans, and I checked that out, and it was interesting that it showed that he scored 28 touchdowns, and that was one of the perfect numbers we were talking about. And so it was kind of an interesting, interesting to note on his from his death, and from his Wikipedia page, from his stats from the NFL, is he had 28 touchdowns, the second perfect number. Another channel I'd like to get you guys to look at, he follows my channel, and he does really, really good work finding the Wormwood numbers. And by that I mean the 3313s, all these numbers that connect to Wormwood, 3313, 811, 911, all this stuff here. Oh, I'd like to mention too that movie Leave the World Behind, it's listed as 141 minutes, just like Revelation 8:11 is the 141st book of Revelation, and 8:11 is the 141st prime number. But he did this Sean Desad, he did a really cool video. It's only 5 minutes. I'll leave a link in the description. Really cool video about the Hamas war and the Hebrew calendar. And I've showed a little bit about the Hebrew calendar start date before as well. But this 3761, he connects it to Revelation. It's actually a really cool video. It's only 5 minutes. I'll leave a link. It's pretty good, but I appreciate his work a lot just because he tracks the Wormwood event and the numbers that go with Wormwood as well. So I'll leave a link to his channel. And let's see, 5 days ago also I left, let's see here, this comment on the Archaics Facebook group. I'll let you guys read this here. If you're not familiar with Archaics, he has a really good channel, and I've been subscribed to him for quite a while. I'm not even sure, 6 months, a year. I don't know. It's maybe not that long, but this video right here was the first video that I ever watched on Archaics, the magical architecture of reality, and it's a good video. It's really good. It's kind of talks about synchronicity, and he talks about our world as a simulation, or a we live in a controlled environment where there's an informed field where we can affect the informed field, and kind of bend it to our will through our actions. But I started with this video. This is the first video I ever watched of Archaics, and he talks about what's called the Phoenix event, and his channel is about the simulation, and then the Phoenix event is the reset of the simulation every 138 years. So I highly recommend his channel. He's super, super, super well read. Like I said, I left this comment on his Facebook group, and using his date of 5/17/2040, and you can just read this here, but That's what his 138-year cycle ends for the Phoenix. And I've talked about the Phoenix as well. I've done a couple videos about the Phoenix and some of the symbolism in Washington, D.C., how the reflecting pool in Washington, D.C. points to Phoenix Island in the Pacific Ocean, and it passes through Phoenix, Arizona. So, yeah, great channel. Really like his take on the simulation that we experience, synchronicities, and then the 138-year Phoenix cycle. So I recommend Archaics, Sean Desad. I rarely recommend this video with the Hamas war and the Hebrew calendar. It's pretty interesting, connected to the number of words in Book of Revelation. Casey Jones, a great friend of mine, good channel, great channel, super smart on decoding. And December 13th, 2023, all-time high for the stock market. So, I don't know. We're going to see an all-time low next year in December. I don't know. That's kind of what I was kind of predicting here. But I noticed here too, this last episode of Friends was on the 127th day of the year, just like buildings 1, 2, and 7 fell on 9/11, right? And there's our 2221. But just a lot of super interesting synchronicities, and with Matthew Perry and Friends, and then this movie Leave the World Behind. So, okay, guys, just want to do that follow-up. I'm gonna make a little chart of the days I'm looking at in the future, and kind of make a little note of what happened on that day. If I'm looking at that day and I get something close or right or whatever, so I'll post that, because in the past I've done this and I kind of don't keep up with the follow-up to the dates I'm looking at. Sometimes I have, and there's some pretty interesting stuff. I got some interesting predictions or interesting events that happened on the days that I was looking at, especially to do with astronomical alignments and stuff. So, okay, guys, appreciate all the comments. I really like those thumbs up. So thanks for watching.